Hello, and welcome to Goodnight Channel. I'm PJ.
And I'm Jake. And tonight we're playing game 16 of 52, Street Fighter V.
Arcade Edition. Street Fighter V was released on February 20th, 2016. I don't even have things in front of me. I just remember kind of vaguely. No, not February 20th. February Tuesday.
15th. I don't know. I just made it up.
The Tuesday before the 20th is when it was released. Developed by Capcom.
And
Bandai Namco.
Dimps.
Don't know who Dems is.
I don't know either. It just says it.
I'm really good at remembering. You can always tell which one of us has notes and which doesn't.
I always have notes. They're just not very good notes.
It's a fighting game, a two-player only fighting game.
Yeah.
Released in 2016, with bare bones everything. And they are planning to. It's released with 16 fighters. It takes place, if you care about the story at all, and I don't know why you would, unless you were some crazy person. Can't see my eye movements on podcast form.
I just think Street Fighter has a cool story.
I mean, it does.
Dumb. But that's what makes it good.
That's every fighting game. They all have cool stories. Because they're all dumb.
It's just endearing to see a story in a fighting game. That's what gets me pumped up to play, is to go, oh, there's this story for this dumb character, but this is so bare bones, it's sad.
Whatever. So it has barely a story. It's got 16 characters. They're planned. Oh, it takes place between 4 and 3. That's what I meant to say. It takes place between 4 and 3. 16 characters. They have a plan where every single month. I'm just going. You know how this game plays. I'm not gonna sit here and waste your time. You move. You press the buttons. You fight. They're planning to release every single month a new character. And then one of the months, instead of a new character, they are releasing a full cinematic story mode for the first time in series history. We can't judge that because it doesn't exist yet. I think the first 6 characters are Alex, Guile, Ibuki, Juri, Urien. And by 6, clearly I meant 5. And I can't count.
You missed one.
Oh, who?
Balrog.
Oh, who gives a shit? I kind of like Balrog, I guess. I just don't care about Guile. I know you like Guile.
He's cool. He's got a flat top.
He's got a cool American tattoo. The flag that looks like fucking garbage.
I just really like it.
I just really like it.
I was going to say more.
That I forgot it all.
Well, I just didn't know if I wanted to talk about him fucking S-Viper until she's C-Viper. Sorry.
S-Viper.
Sorry.
Oh, one of us plays fighting games.
Well, one of us doesn't care about Viper, except that she shits out so much shit over his balls, and it's so funny every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're releasing them. You can either pay for them, or you fight a lot. You get fight money, and you can get them for quote unquote free.
Yeah.
Payment wise, if you paid for every single one, it would cost more than buying Street Fighter 4 at launch and then buying each additional, like the same amount of character roster. So you would pay slightly more. However, like just playing the game the first time, you get enough for, at the very least, Alex or whoever. But, whether or not you'll be able to... There's no challenge mode in this game. There's no arcade mode. There's barely a story mode. There's no 8-player lobbies right now. There's casual and ranked. And there's no extra costumes right now. It is as bare bones can get.
It almost feels like it shouldn't have come out.
Let's talk about the game before we get into it. I think we're gonna go character by. And there's a story progression. I don't give a shit. We're gonna go character by character and just characters that we remember first, and then we'll count to 16. And if we forgot some, we'll know that those characters aren't memorable or just not our playstyle, I guess. What do you got over there?
No.
Oh, you have a list of characters?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm flipping around so I don't see them.
Well, okay, so
I really don't remember most of them.
Well, I guess, I'm sorry, before we talk about characters, let's talk about brief changes between 4 and 5.
Didn't play 4.
You didn't play 4 at all?
Like one time.
All right. Okay, so I'll keep talking.
You can talk about it.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I just don't know anything about it. And they've changed it to Super and then Ultra. And
they're all it's the same. I mean, I'm just talking about the basics. I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, original Street Fighter 4 Vanilla Sagat versus Super Sagat. Like, I'm talking, like, meters and stuff like that.
That's fine.
If you come to Goodnight channel to listen to Jake's sultry voice, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to keep talking.
Thankfully, no one comes here for that. Now, if you want to hear the comparisons of Street Fighter 2 for Super Nintendo to Street Fighter 5,
we can, because I've never really played 2.
I wish I had played a little bit of it today.
Oh, okay.
Because then I could have been like, we could have both played it.
Yeah,
Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a bonus episode where we like a live broadcast of us playing Street Fighter 2 a little bit
and talking about 5 at the same time.
Yeah, and the comparison of how much worse
2 is.
Yeah, because I don't think I have Turbo Edition. I think I only have original.
So look forward to that, I guess.
Slow fight game where Jake can be kind of goodish
because Vijay has no idea what he's doing. So 4's introduction was Revenge Meter. Now keep in mind, I really like fighting games. I am not good at fighting games, but I really enjoy them. So if I say something that's wrong, I'm sorry. You correct me. Type a comment that says "fuck you," and then correct me, because I like the berating. It makes me happy a little bit.
I guess I only ever played like.
Didn't you play 3? I thought you played 3.
I did play 3, but not a whole lot. Like not like
3's very different.
Yeah, not like religiously like I did Smash.
Yeah,
which is what I was gonna say. It's like the only fight game that I really have a lot of experience in is Smash. Playing all of them.
Yeah,
except Brawl. Brawl I didn't play too much of.
There's a reason. It's shit.
Well, by that point in my life, I'd lost a lot of friends that played Smash, so I just didn't really get into it like I did Melee.
Where'd you lose them?
They drugs. They're all dead now. If any of them listen to this, they're going to be really upset with me because they're going to go, we didn't do drugs or die.
We're neither of those things. Yeah. He's just a big dick.
That's what it comes down to. So that's all. If I'm comparing things, I'm only going to be able to compare to like Smash Brothers as the most recent fighter that I've played.
Well, I mean, there's stuff. I would think Smash is very, very, very different. I mean, the only time I really played Smash is Project M, where I like played every day and tried to get good. And like it's really hard. They're really not comparable. I really think that Smash is a fighting game equal to, I mean, clearly they're at EVO every year. Equal to Street Fighter or any of the anime fighters. Just because it plays different doesn't mean it's not a fighting game. But I guess that's kind of another story. But there's not too much that's similar. I do like that Smash has, it's a dedicated special button, which is nice. Because, I mean, to be fair, it's like, I can pretty much pull off any of the moves other than, like, spinning bird kick, which I'll just never be able to do because I'm apparently retarded. But, like, there's no reason for that skill floor to be so high. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no reason to have quarter circles when you could just have a special button, which I think Rising Thunder does, but I've never played it. Have you heard of that?
Nope.
It's like a fighting game like Street Fighter, but as far as I know, again, right, fuck you and I'm wrong, there's no, like, quarter circle forward for Hadouken. Like, there's none of that. Like, you just press a button and it does it. So, like, you're always going to be able to do your special moves plus your normals. I'm sorry. I'm super off topic.
I don't care.
You looked at me like, what have you done?
No, I just don't know what that game is. I've never heard of it.
Oh, it's in, like, beta or alpha beta, early access. I don't know. Anyway.
Pre-alpha beta.
Yeah. It's just cartoons, and you just write to the developers, move forward 3 steps.
Is that like Brawlhalla?
No, because Brawlhalla is like Smash, isn't it?
Yeah, but boring.
This is nothing like Smash. Like, this is Street Fighter minus, like, the inputs. Okay. Which is cool. It's a cool idea. Makes sense. Like, there's no reason to not lower the skill floor if it raises the skill ceiling or keeps the ceiling where it is. So, Street Fighter 4 had Revenge Meter. Revenge Meter is as you get hit, your Revenge Meter fills, and you can do one of 2 or 3. I didn't play Ultra Street Fighter 4. I played Arcade Edition, where you had 2. You could pick from 2 different, like, finishing moves. They weren't always finishing moves. Sometimes they're buffs. Or, like, Elena's revenge move in... that is Ultra, I guess. Is she heals. Jury has one where she just buffs. Stuff like that. Revenge meter, to me, has always been stupid. And there's chip damage. So when you block, certain attacks will always eat through a little bit of your... Like, even if you block, you'll still get a little tiny bit of damage. 5 takes... Oh, and it has EX meter. They all have EX meter. Maybe 2 doesn't? I don't know. Does 2 have EX meter?
No.
Okay, 2's dumb. So they both have the same EX meter. EX meter is 4 bars, 3 bars, 4 bars, 4 bars, 3 bars? A set amount of bars between 3 and 4, in which as you do hits, this bar raises, and at each interval, you can pull off what's called an EX move, which is a generally better version of a normal special. Specials are the ones that come out when you do like quarter circle forward. Like Hadouken's a special. An EX Hadouken takes 2 hits to dissipate. So like they can block, or like they can hit it with their own Hadouken. It'll go through it and it'll hit them, or it'll do a little bit more damage if it hits them. 5 introduces, instead of a 4 also had this weird thing where you could like stop and tank hits and then hit them and they'll go into crumple state. It was boring. 4 is kind of slow, weirdly, even with like chip damage and all that kind of stuff. 5 has, instead of revenge meter, V meter or V trigger meter. I don't know what you want to call it, but it has one of those things. Very similarly, if you get hit, it fills. If you hit, it also fills. And certain V skills, which I'm going to get at in a second, also fill the V trigger meter. So all characters now also have what's called a V skill, which is medium punch, medium kick. Mm-hmm. They all do different things. Ken's is he dashes forward. Nash's is he swipes in the air and will take out a fireball and fill a meter. Or he will hit somebody at close range and I think steal EX? I don't remember what it does. Chun-Li's is she jumps in the air and you can do kicks from it. As the meter fills, as the V-trigger meter fills, they'll be able to do their V-trigger. Also all different depending on character. Ken's buffs all his moves. He dashes forward and buffs all his moves. Nash's teleports.
Yeah.
And you can do stuff out of it, and you can teleport in one of 3 directions, I believe. Forward, backwards, and in the air.
Yeah.
Chun-Li's adds extra kicks to all of her kicks, or at least all of her command kicks. I don't know if it's all of her kicks. Most of her kicks. She gets extra kicks.
Doesn't really make sense.
No. Kareen's is she gets a whole new move. Her quarter circle forward move becomes available. So they're all very unique. They all have flavor that is... It's nice. Like, it's by character by character, they all do different things. And that replaces Revenge Meter, and it replaces their weird little crumple state thing. I don't know what to call it. I forget what it's called. There's also no more chip damage on normal attacks. You cannot get chipped out in this game unless you use an EX move or a finisher, which is really cool. Because it's like, all of a sudden, you're very aware of multiple meters. Like, I have never cared about the EX meter because I didn't really understand it. You know, I've never cared about the revenge meter. It's just one of those things where I see it and I go, oh, I can do a flashy move. Suddenly I care about building my V meter because it does something that I understand, like gives Kareen an extra move that I understand. Like, they're moves that feel very integral to how you play the character, whereas revenge meter never felt integral to how you play the meter. Play the character on like a casual level. Their V skills are all really fun. I think they're all really cool. Like, for the most part. There are some that are kind of boring. I think Nash's is kind of boring. Kareen's is kind of boring. He just kind of does this. She does the same thing. She just pushes forward. It's useful, but it's just kind of... It's just there. But they're at least more interesting than the crumple state thing. Which, I mean, so uninteresting I don't remember what it's called. Different people have different sizes of their skill V trigger
in different like lengths of it.
Yeah, like
some people have 2 and some people have 3.
Yeah, like Nash's is really short.
Yeah,
because he's just doing, and it's really easy to fill because it's like a move that is really useful to his skill set. So like they want you to use it often.
Yeah,
Ken's is like it's 3 bars and he doesn't fill it very quickly. So and he has no way to fill it on his own without getting hit. So it's just a buff.
Yeah, that's
very powerful, but all these little things really help to make a casual player look at meters and go, oh, I understand these. Like, oh, they're going to be blocking a lot and they have very low health. I need to save up EX meters so I can hit them with an EX move so that it doesn't matter if they block, I'll still win. Like, you want to put yourself into those winning positions. There you go. That's Street Fighter 5. I'm done talking.
What?
I talked for too long. Here you go.
I mean, all I really know about this game is the story, and by that I mean I know very little about the story of this game.
Well, let's go character by character and talk about story and a little bit about like how they play and stuff.
Okay, I'll do my best to remember everything. So I think the very first person you pick is Ryu. He's got 3 matches, I think, and I don't remember who he fought or why.
Ken, and then he fights Ken, and I think he fights Ken.
I don't think that's true.
He definitely fights Ken twice, I think.
But he's like, I got this thing in me.
The Hoko no Ken.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, man, he's got the 5-finger death punch. This is going to be great. And then he's like, it's in me. I
got to find out about... Oh, I think he fights Nash, actually.
Yeah, and he goes, I got to figure it out. And that's it. And I went, okay. And then you play as Ken. And I was like, all right, maybe this will continue. Ken's like, I want to be the best that ever was. And he just leaves.
He
and I'm
fights
like...
Birdie and Kareen, I think.
Yeah, and I was like... Okay, he was going to a party.
Yeah, he goes to Kareen's party, and his story mode is, I fight my way into a party, and then I fight the person who's hosting the party.
I don't remember the third fight.
That's it.
There's only 2?
I think there's a one against Ryu first.
Oh, maybe.
Most people actually only have 2.
Towards the middle.
Yeah.
And a couple people have 4.
That's nuts.
Laura and Nikali maybe were the 2 I can think of on the top of my head. Anyway, we'll get to them maybe. Maybe I'll forget by that point. After that, I don't remember who you play as.
It doesn't matter in order. Chun-Li is next, actually. I do remember that.
Chun-Li's got a sister, and she puts a string in her hair. And she goes, this is my old thing I used to do.
She's the Chun-Li from Street Fighter 3.
I don't know.
All I know is Chun-Li gets to wear a really cute cop uniform.
She wears her cop uniform.
Just to remind you that she is a cop.
She was in a movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme where she was a cop, and then...
It's true.
And then she fights some things in the past. Like, all her fights, I think, are in the past. And
yeah, she fights Vega like 3 times.
Every time. She's like, you killed my dad. And he goes, yeah, whatever. I got a cool mask. And I go, yeah, he does.
I love Vega.
Yeah. And then he puts on a cool mask each time. And I go, I thought he hid his face for a reason, but he's pretty.
He's so pretty.
And then, then it cuts back to the future, and she's done tying the string on the girl. And that's it. I think that's her whole story, unless someone shows up to fight them at that moment. But I don't think that happens. Nope. So yeah, that's it. All right, next.
Oh wait. Chun-Li's story is she fights Vega, and then Nash is like, "You gotta fight me to prove that you can fight Vega."
Yeah, that's right.
Where I could just fight Vega. It's like you fight Nash for seemingly no reason,
and then you fight Vega.
And then you fight Vega. I don't know. I think I only remember this because the whole time I kept going. Every time I'd load into one of her fights, I'd go, she's a cop? She is a cop?
Yeah.
Why does she run around in this dress all the time?
I don't know. I like her better as a cop.
Me too. It looks way cooler.
Yeah, I unlocked a bunch of costumes, but you can't use them in
fights. You can't even get them yet. That's another thing. You unlock the costumes, can't get the costumes yet.
Doesn't make sense. You can play as them, though. They're in there.
Can't get the costumes yet. Can't get the costumes yet.
So infuriating. All right, well, I guess next would be...
Cammy.
Yeah, I was going to say Cammy because I don't know anybody else.
Cammy, I don't even remember who Cammy fights. I'm sure Shadaloo people, and the whole time she goes, my sister!
She fights Fang.
Fong.
I think she fights Birdie because Birdie has an interesting-ish story, even though I don't like him.
I really thought you'd like Birdie because he's just a British punk who's big and fat.
No, I hate him. Funny. He's really annoying. So Cammy's like, I gotta save my girls.
Yeah,
I don't get that storyline. I feel like there should be more story there, but
because they've been telling that story for fucking ever. Well, she's one of Bison's dolls.
I get it. And Jury showed up, and I went,
"Oh, Jury showed up," and I went, "Why are your boobs huge?"
And then, all right, so Birdie's story. So Birdie's like, "Oh, I'm Shadaloo. I don't like it.
I want to eat more.
I want to just eat all the time." So he leaves, and then like all of a sudden, like this weird yellow costume he's wearing made sense to me. Like, oh, it's a Shadaloo uniform, but stretched out on his huge body. I just couldn't figure out what he was wearing and why, because it's like spandex, and it really went against his punk look that he had earlier. And I was like, that's weird. So he just fights a bunch of people, and people go, "Hey, you! I'm gonna beat you up," and he goes, "Why? Okay." And then,
why? Okay.
Yeah, and then like. Yeah, that's him. That's his story. Yeah. He ends up beating up with Kareen, and she's like, "Be my bodyguard." And he's like, "Feed me." And she's like, "Okay." And I was like, "What does she see in this guy? He's horrible." And she's like, "Expert fighter. Why?" Stupid. All right.
With so big hands.
So then there's Vega's story. His story is...
I don't even remember.
Nothing. He has no story. It's like really short and no point to it, I feel. It's just like... Yeah, I gotta do evil things.
And then
I gotta
be beautiful.
Fight. And he's like, but now I gotta be kind of like not so evil for a moment. Like he's evil, but he doesn't like that he's evil, or he doesn't like the evil people he works with because he fights Fang.
I feel like everyone fights Fong.
Yeah, whatever. Say it whatever way you want. It's
That's
clearly
how the character selector.
Yeah, well, it clearly reads Fang, not Fong.
I'm sorry that you don't know Chinese.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
It's got initials. Like it's.
Yeah, and you say it. But I don't know. Okay, I'm not a Street Fighter or
okay.
Chinese. All I can do is say it how they say it and assume that they're saying it right. Like when they say M. Bison, and I assume they definitely mean the guy who looks like Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Who's not in this?
Who's not in this yet?
Yet. He will be one day.
Yeah.
And then hopefully what would be nice is if you turn into Japanese voices, they're all backwards for some reason.
They must be.
Wouldn't they be? I don't think they've swapped them there.
Yeah, they're still all normal in Japan. So like when you switch the Japanese voices for Bison, does he say his name is Vega?
We'll find out one day. We won't, because I'm going to forget as soon as we're done with this.
Yeah.
Okay, so next story.
Fong. I don't think that's the next story, but
no, but Fong,
his story is interesting, kind of.
I was trying to think of another person and I couldn't. But yeah, his is the only one that seems to have any relevance to this game. Like there's a story, like an overall story with this one, and that's like the new thing added in here. Whereas like everybody else is doing the stuff they've always been doing.
Yeah.
But since he's a new character, so there's like a lot more going on with him. Where he had like a clan of poison ninjas, and
they were heroin dealers.
Whatever. They deal in poison.
Oh my god.
And
don't do drugs, kids.
So Fang is really good at making poison. He's the best poisonist of all time.
Which is why he flaps his arms around like a bird.
Yeah, and so he's the leader of them because he's so good at making poison. And then Bison's like, you're mean, you're join Shadaloo. And then he beats them all up and he goes, Fang, you're gonna be my number 2 because you're strong.
Yeah, why? I like Bison's story. It beats Nash up. That's a story.
Yep. And then Nash's story. I'm a Franken man.
Nash's story is I beat Bison.
Yeah.
And then I got shot. Now I'm a Franken man.
What am I fighting for? That's all he seems. That's all he feels like to me. Is that like he doesn't know what he's really doing, but he's just doing it.
I like Nash in this game because he's just like, I don't know. Somewhere along the way, he became like Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah,
and it's great.
He's really weird and edgy.
His win quote is like, have you seen that part in Shadow the Hedgehog?
I thought you were gonna ask, have you seen his win quote? Because I haven't won. I was like, oh.
Have you seen that part in Shadow the Hedgehog where Shadow's like, that's like stealing candy from a baby, and that's fine with me?
No, but I wouldn't imagine anything else from that game.
So Nash's win quote is like, family, friends, what good are those? It's great. I just remembered Chung Lee's height. No, her weight. I like the little like
information about all these characters.
And how little sense they make.
And hers is secret. That's the one I remember, but I know Nash had something really dumb too. Nash, not available is what his says for his background or something.
Oh, because he's a Frankenman. You don't know. Chun-Li just doesn't want you to realize that she's 300 pounds, 100 pounds in each of her thighs. And she's 5'1" or something stupid. I think Cammy's like 5'1" and like 100 pounds or something.
Dawson's story?
What is Dawson's story? I think I skipped through it. I'm sorry. I skipped through some of these stories. I just played it.
He's teaching a police officer how to do fire, breathe fire, and like other people show up and he beats them up. I'm sorry. There's another story just before that. Kareem?
Oh, yeah.
She goes to visit him because there's an evil hermit. and she gets there and he's like, he's gone. Fight me. And then they fight, and then she leaves. And I was like, okay. So then you go to Dawson's story, and then the evil hermit's there, and he's really weird. He's like,
from another fighting game. People got real fucking excited.
Well, whatever. He sucks. He's in a big cocoon, and he floats around.
He sucks.
Like, he's super weird, and I didn't understand what he was doing. And he's in this cocoon, and then he leaves, and I went, what is the point? Why? And then the guy learns to breathe fire at the end, and I went,
at least everything ended up a-okay.
And that's the problem with this game is stuff just happens, and you go, huh? Like, where's anything? Like, I understand that the game's out early, but like, I hope that they make sense of all this. It's like when the Wolverine movie came out before special effects.
Yeah, and how good it was, and then it came out with special effects, and everyone went, "What the fuck? This movie was so good.
It was so good without the effects." Anyway,
you got Laura's story, which is I want to fuck Ryu. I mean, I want to get trained by Ryu.
Yeah, her story is also the only other one I remember because she just goes around fighting people and
with a really lewd outfit,
being real goddamn naked. I was like, "Whoa, is this her normal outfit?" Because she's really naked.
Bonita.
So
you got Armika's story, which is I like Zangief.
Yeah, I hated her story, and I hate her.
I love Armika.
Her character is horribly awful.
I wanna take a second, since we were supposed to, I guess, kind of talk about the characters and how they played.
Go ahead, yeah.
I
forgot all about that part because everybody plays similarly. You just have little variations. If you play a fight game, you get it.
Yeah. The wrestlers are grapplers. The Ryus are the Ryus.
Yeah.
You got it, I guess.
There's like 3 main types of fight.
Girl,
boy, mystery.
A lot of shit has been thrown at this game for its character designs, and how fucking they're titty monsters. Which, I mean,
they are.
They are all titty monsters, I guess, except for Kareen.
In Ikubiki?
Ibuki's not in it yet.
Ibuki?
Spooky Ibuki's not in it yet.
But she will be.
But we don't know. Maybe they'll give her fucking inflated titties.
They show her in it. She's in the stories.
Whose story?
I don't know. Why didn't you play them all?
Kareen. And Sakura's also in it.
Yeah.
Also, where's my fucking stupid?
Can't hear you.
Anyway.
Probably for the best.
For the best. So, the only modestly dressed girl is Kareen.
Yeah.
Which is, I find it kind of unfortunate. Whatever. It's whatever. I kind of get it. I think we should note that, like, I don't mind when characters are super sexual looking. Not at all. I don't mind Laura's design. I feel like it fits her personality. I don't mind Armika's design. It fits her personality. Like, she looks ridiculous. Like, I don't mind her at all. Like, yeah, her costume is super, like, sexual, but, like,
I feel like the only issue is Chun-Li's classic outfit.
Like, it doesn't make
really
sense.
Fit with her personality and what she's doing.
Like, she is a no-nonsense cop who
Yeah.
says things like, show me your kung fu. Like, and that's it. What?
I thought you were going to say, show me your boobs.
Show me your boobs.
Sorry. That video is just ingrained in me forever. I cannot stop. Oh, no, he says Sonic boobs.
Sonic boobs.
Sorry. So bad.
Yeah, like, her titlicious fucking ass out all the time costume makes no sense for her. Like, yes, you can have... No one is saying not have sexual costumes if it fits the character. I really think Rainbow Mika Like that's her character. Like it's like if you would tell Zangief to put a shirt on, like, no, that's his character. Like,
but he wears the leotard.
He wears the leotard. So does she.
Yeah.
In her story mode.
But I'm saying, like, she doesn't have to have that outfit look like that.
Well, she doesn't have to. That's like Bayonetta doesn't have to.
No,
but like,
I don't feel like Rainbow Mika would show that stuff based on her personality as a fighter. Like, I feel like she would have a full top, like, leotard.
I don't think so. She seems so, like, all her moves are butt bait. Like, I don't know. It doesn't bother me at all, though.
I don't know.
I definitely Laura. I think Laura's fine, right? I mean, like,
yeah, they made a whole new character, and she's just sex appeal.
Yeah, but who? Like, it fits her character. There's nothing wrong with sex appeal if it fits the character.
Yeah. What I was gonna say. Okay, so they brought back Chun-Li's classic outfit, which I assume they would do because it's her classic outfit.
Yeah, there's no.
But it's like
around it.
Like you get Kin though, and he's got like he's variated.
His new outfit, it looks so good.
You know, and it looks good. Like, why can't she just have her classic outfit as an alternate costume?
Yes.
Like, I would prefer to have a new costume.
Yeah.
And you get the alternate as her classic.
Yeah, which is Ken's.
Because, like, really, I wish if you're going to do the classic costume thing, Ryu should have his classic costume because his Frankenpants and Frankenstein outfit look horrible. I hate his ripped up clothes. They look horrible on him. And his hair is super bad looking. It's like nothing's modeled correctly on him.
I think his classic costume is his. I know Ken's classic costume is his second costume.
Is his second, yeah. And I think Ryu's is probably, but you can't. I don't think I've seen
really
it in the game. It's always the ripped up one. He just looks so weird with it.
I really think they should have done Chun-Li as Cop.
Yeah.
Would have been a nice change of pace. It would have really fit her character.
Yeah.
Like, my issue is not with characters with, like, Rainbow Mika. I know you don't like Rainbow. My issue is not with Rainbow Mika or Laura or that's it in the game. Like, I feel like there's like you go on one end of the spectrum and it's like they should all be covered up and like anyone who is like sexual needs to be like excised from the game, and then you go on the other end and it's like they should all have boobs. Like, how dare you ever say anything against my boob characters?
Where's Dawson's boobs?
Where's his big titties? Yeah. Stretchy titties. I know. It's good sounding, right? But like
he has a really good improvement in this game. He has a beard.
It looks really good.
Like, it just works.
He's
really
also
well.
like super good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know because I hate Dawson, but apparently he's really good. But I think it should be noted, like, certain characters, I think it matches their character. I don't mind Mika. I don't mind Laura.
What about Cammy?
Cammy, and I say this as someone who actually really likes her blue outfit with the little tie for no reason because I'm stupid. Cammy should not be an asshole in your face.
It does not make sense.
No.
I feel bad playing her. Yeah. Like, I'm like, ugh.
All I can
Something
think about
is just wrong because she's got this military top.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, cool. No bottom. What happened? Like, it's like she forgot to put pants on that day, or every single day.
It's every single one of her costumes without fail.
It's just like, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to her character, I feel.
No, like it doesn't match her personality. It's sad because these are the classic characters.
She feels straight out of like an anime, especially the classic animes like Gunbuster, where they don't have pants on for some reason, even though there's no real tactical reason to not have pants on.
Except Gunbuster looks really good.
Well, yeah, it looks fine, but I'm saying
I like Gunbuster.
Another example would be a more modern one. What's that anime that everybody loves to death with the flying girls and the no pants?
Strike Witches?
Strike Witches.
Everybody
loves that show.
Without fail, everyone.
Every single person except me.
He's the only one.
I'm the only person that doesn't like it. Yeah, like that show, like that's a big, like that's the only one I can think of. I know there's other ones that are out right now, probably not right now, but in the last couple of years that are similar to that style of no pants because tactical reasons. No, just because.
Yeah, Cammy. Like I said, it's kind of a shame because these are the classic characters. They'll never change.
Yeah,
like Cammy doesn't fit her personality. Chun-Li doesn't fit her personality.
Yeah,
like that's the issue. The issue is, why are they sex appeal when it doesn't match at all? Like, Kareen's great.
Like,
even her story mode costume where she has a skirt on and it can fly up, she's got spats on.
Yeah.
Like,
and that makes sense. And
it matches her character.
That was the thing I was going to say. Is like, okay, so you have those animes, you have these different things where people not wearing pants. But, like, yoga pants are huge right now in society at large. I feel like that should transfer over with these characters that aren't wearing pants, because no one would dress like this ever.
Hey, if any character designer wants to put characters in spats, I'm not going to argue.
Yeah. Like, even, like, Chun-Li, I feel, would be wearing something like that.
Yeah. I just don't understand why she's still wearing this Chinese dress with the spike bracelets.
Doesn't make sense.
No, it just doesn't match.
No. In 2016, we need to move on. Make it an alternate costume.
It's 2016, people. Yeah, I don't mind it being like
I
I
get classics as alternates.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I get it. Like, yeah, it doesn't have to really make sense that she's like that, but that's how she was.
Yeah.
Fine. I get it. I think that, I would really like, okay, so the story mode, she's a cop. I really wish that was the main outfit, and the story kind of meant something.
Yeah, or just,
like, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, but all the boys match their characters.
For the most part, yeah.
Zangief really matches his character, but, like, they're all very strong. And then you have these 2 weak points. Cammy, who I like a lot, and Chun-Li. I like both. I like playing as both of them a lot. Like,
I had fun playing as Cammy. I just don't like looking at her.
Yeah, like, and this is...
And it's not like a matter of confidence, because it doesn't really come up in her character.
No, not at all. She's not like, again, it's not like
Bayonetta
or Laura or to a lesser extent Mika. I mean, I think personally, I think it's to a greater extent Mika. Like,
they're all very confident in themselves
and like bombastic.
Yeah, whereas Cammy's very reserved, and she's like, I gotta save my girls. Like, she's got a mission going on, and here she's just running around with a thong on. Like,
and all I can think about is dirt in her asshole. It's literally the only thing I can think about.
It's disgusting, but okay.
Like, all I can think, like, I look at her, like, doing, like, cannon spikes and shit, and all I can think about is, don't put something on, please. Like, I feel so bad.
Yeah, it's very weird.
But, like, Birdie, Zangief, like, they all match.
Yeah.
Like, they match their character. Ryu is a weird autistic monster man.
Yes.
Matches his character, like his outfit. Ken's a confident, fiery guy, and now he's got his gi on, like, around his waist. It looks really cool. And
Vega's got his shirt open, and he's real cool, and he's confident in himself.
Yeah, like
he knows he's good looking. Like, his character makes sense to be topless, like he is.
Yeah, it's Bison is imposing, and like, I don't know. It's just very annoying that, like, all the boys hit it so well. And even most of the girls hit it well. And then it's just like the 2 classic designs that you're kind of stuck with are kind of shitty. Like, it has nothing to do with, like, boys versus girls. It's just that clearly they really thought about how the boys' costumes worked. And clearly for the 2 classic characters, at the very least, they went, let's just make them sexy. And like I said, I have nothing against sexy costumes when they fit the character. Or even if they're going to be extras. Fine, make them extras. I don't really care, but, like, why is it her normal costume?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's very weird. I only have one other person to talk about. Do you know of any stories you want to talk about? Character stories?
Ryu, Ken, Kareen. We talked about Birdie, Geef. Zangief is Mika's story, more or less.
Same, it's just flipped, yeah.
Mika. Laura. I don't even remember who I said already.
Chun-Li.
Ryu.
Okay. So, Nikali.
Oh, Nikali!
Is the only one I wanted to talk about.
And his horrible speech patterns.
I don't know about his speech patterns. All I know is his story was bizarre beyond belief.
He's an Aztec god
Pillar Man, I know.
He's a pillar man.
I got it.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to make the joke twice.
But yeah, he's a pillar man, and he's like, oh, I gotta fight people and absorb them. And then that's it. And it just ends, and I went, what? He absorbs the person who is explaining the story, and he's not red, he's just blue.
Yeah.
The end.
And I think it's funny because you make the Pillar Man joke, and he is just a Pillar Man.
He really is just a Pillar Man.
I think JoJo. He is the new character. Like, I think he's clearly going to be the boss in the story mode that they introduce.
Well, I hope the story mode kind of has M. Bison go up against him as a good guy, sort of, You know what I'm saying? Like, I want that kind of like moment where he's like, "Oh shit, this guy is too strong." I don't know. I really like the story because I like silly stuff. Like, and I know it's gonna be stupid based on what's happening here, but I really would like to see everything fleshed out and make sense because none of it makes sense right now.
Question time?
Sure. Do you got any?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you say that this game would be worth it? Because I think everyone knows by the way that we're talking, like, if this were Street Fighter V, the way that it is right now, of course this is not worth it. Skullgirls, which released at $15.
Yeah.
8 characters? 6 characters? 8 characters. Has more content, or had more content.
Yeah.
I mean, now it has more content than Street Fighter V does.
Yeah.
Like, I love Skullgirls, by the way. I'm really not good at it, but I love it. If it released as Street Fighter V Preview Edition, and they said, this is the preview build for people who want to get the game, and it'll automatically become normal Street Fighter V when we release the updates, but people who want to play it right now can play through a bare bones story mode, play with our lobbies, start getting fight money and all that kind of stuff, start learning the characters. Would you think that would be worth it?
Yeah, but I think, like, I know they've done this with 4 where you had to buy upgrades.
Oh, I didn't even mention that.
Yeah, you have to buy. There's 4 that came out in 2009. Super that came out like 2 years later or a year later.
4 Super Arcade Edition Ultra.
Yeah, and then you have to buy all those upgrades.
Yep.
Which is really annoying. Which is why they did this one. They said that we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
We're not going to break the audience apart. But, like, I personally think that what they should have done is had a tournament edition or preview edition, and it's $30. And you get the story if you want it additionally. Like, but who would buy that, I guess? No one's going to buy story.
Because they're right away, that breaks what they were trying to say. Like, they didn't want to make different editions in the first place. Like, I kind of get why they didn't want to call it Street Fighter V Preview Edition. Like, they don't want the editions, but, like,
yeah,
I feel like no one would have, like, right now, everyone has lots of issues with Street Fighter V because it didn't release as a full package. It just didn't.
Like,
it has 2-player lobbies.
Like, for me, like, I'm not a big multiplayer person. I'm not a competitive person on top of that. So, like, single-player story is what I'm interested in for the most part, just because I know it's going to be wacky and weird. And that's what I was expecting. But you get these weird still shots and lackluster, or not even lackluster, lacking entirely stories. And it's just not a complete package in any way.
No.
Like, everything is missing from this as a game.
At the same time, they did say that everything was missing.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to...
But, like, I just imagine, like, someone going into this, like, I don't know anything about Street Fighter, but I want to get into this game right now. And you pick this up, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, everything's missing. Like, how do you reconcile that as a first-time buyer?
Who doesn't know?
And this game's huge right now. Like, they got all these new fight sticks. They got all this new stuff coming out for it, and everybody's getting into it. And it's like, oh, yeah, Street Fighter V. And then you buy it, and you go, what? Like, how do you get into online? I mean, I played 30 to 40 online matches. I lost every single one of them. It's like there's no, like, and I did training, I did all this stuff, and I upped the CPU values, like, to get them stronger, and I didn't feel like I was very good, but I was like, oh, well, I'll start going online because maybe I'll just get better. But it's just like there's a sheer cliff already. Like, because everybody says, oh, you should get on as soon as it comes out, and it's like, I can't play them. They're all so fast. I cannot do it.
That comes to if you like fighting games or not. Because it's like, if you like a fighting game, if you're that kind of person who would gladly be beaten 200 times in a row just to maybe scrap out one win so you can start learning, like, that's what fighting, those are the kinds of people who like fighting games. But like you said, there's no single player content for the people who aren't like that.
Yeah. Who, like me, like, I like to play, someone comes over, hey, we'll play some Street Fighter. I know that we're not going to be on the same level as people playing online.
Yeah.
And we're playing very casually, have a couple of beers and play, so we're not even on our A game.
Yeah.
Different. You're shitting, talking one another. But, like, as soon as you're online, it's this cold, dead wall of this person's just gonna beat the shit out of you, and there's no remorse. Like, there's no fun of like stopping for a second and trying things out and doing weird stuff.
I hope our matches play over top of this.
Oh yeah, I just lose constantly. I can't wait.
I was just like, do I keep going? Like, I felt really bad, but we were doing fine last night.
Yeah,
but,
I'm just probably out of it today, which is fine.
Yeah,
it was a long day at work with a lot of arguments. With
yeah,
people.
we just wanted to stop and get a couple more matches in and get some footage up because we hadn't been recording.
PJ just wanted to bend me over and fuck me.
Yeah. But
as I can't pull off combos today for some reason.
Yeah, you like I said, I think your win rate last night was 40% of what 20 plus matches.
Yeah, I mean I did a lot better then, but right after work and like no caffeine in me, I'm not doing well.
I have so much caffeine in me.
I can tell. You're so awake.
I don't know why. Anyway,
moving on.
I don't know how they would sell it. That's the issue. Like, I just don't know how you would sell something like that. Like, do you sell in a box that says like preview edition, and on the back it's like after March blah blah blah?
I feel like there should just have been a sticker on the case, like just a sticker on the plastic that says.
But what happens with all those copies after the date? Like, do you just tell people who are working
it has
there?
a date on it.
Oh, okay.
Look to March for whatever. Then people aren't buying it now. The people who don't need to play it now, they play it in March when it has everything in it, and because people are gonna buy it then anyway because of
June.
Well, June and March, yeah. I mean, it's gonna get its due. I think people are gonna get into it again and again.
But like
for the different tournaments, because I feel like every time there's a tournament, people get really into stuff. Like, I sit down and I watch a tournament, and I go, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna play it." Holy shit, this was a bad idea. Why am I playing this? You know, like.
Yeah, we watched Evo and we got really into Ultra Street Fighter 4.
Yeah,
like that was a really fun bunch of matches.
I only played a little bit of it, but watching it, I was like, "Oh, this is really cool. I want to play it." And I go, "That doesn't make sense. I'm not gonna be good. Like, it's too late to get into it." And so, like, I go back to Smash, and Smash, like, that's a game I can play online and feel like I can beat people. And have beat people.
I can't.
Like every once in a while, I'll play someone and I'll beat them. I don't know if there's a little kid, and I go, yeah, robbing candy from a baby, you know,
which is fine with me.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's that game. I feel like there's enough like diversity in its gameplay that I could actually hold my ground. Like, because you don't have to be fast in that, which I really like. You can pull back and do certain attacks that don't. It just depends on who you're playing.
I guess. I feel like Smash is way infinitely faster than this game.
I mean, I was playing. It depends if you're playing 1 or 2 or 2 to 4, 8 players.
I guess I'm a little bit biased. When I think Smash, I think Project M, which is fucking Speed Central.
I never played Project M except for a few
Smash
times.
4 is, I would say, faster than Street Fighter 5. Like Street Fighter 5, not slow, and it doesn't feel like you're laming people out like in 4, but like. It feels a little bit more like you're making intelligent moves, like you're taking everything step by step.
Like what's like, for example, Melee, casual. I'm playing with my friends. There's enough going on with 4 people that you're not constantly like fighting. I feel like there's some moment of like slow down.
Again, casual.
Yeah,
I can only compare things like with the competitive mindset, like you know what I mean, like because I mean you can make Street Fighter slow.
Sure.
But, like, Smash, when I think playing Smash, all I can think of is, like, all the technical shit in it. Which, it's a super technical game.
I just don't play competitively to begin with. Like, anything, really. Like, I don't care to win, ever. Like, that's, like, it's like, yeah, whatever. Like, that's something that's never bothered me. And, like, even now, like, playing this and I'm, like, practicing and learning, like, I can play one character forever. Like, I don't have a reason to ever change characters because it's like, oh, I'll just keep playing until I figure it out because I'm not going to figure it out if I play 7, 8 different characters.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like, that's, like, I don't feel competitive, like, the need to, like, oh, I got to switch and get better. It's like, no, I just going to keep playing this and figure them out.
But I mean, like, I don't think that's like switching and getting competitive. It's more just like.
Well, I know a lot of people. Oh, that's the character that's bad. I just need a different character. A lot of people say that.
For me, I've always looked at the character roster and went, "Who looks cool to me?" And then I just play them for a really long time until I'm like, "Got it."
Yeah.
Like, I kind of understand what this character. For me, it's not a it's a different kind of competitiveness when it comes to like fighting games for me. It's more like learning the ins and outs of the game is really rewarding. Like, I don't care about winning if I feel like I've improved somehow or gained knowledge somehow.
Yeah.
Like Persona 4 Arena or any, like, well, not any. I really like Guilty Gear. I like Persona 4 Arena because it's Persona 4. But that's really it. Like, playing it is like fucking reading Japanese and you don't speak any languages. Like, it makes no sense. There's like 20 different status effects. You have to worry about 2 characters on your side at all times. It's like 20 meters. You have to know how to cancel everything, and like, it's nonsense. And I never felt like I was getting better or even beginning to understand anything. Like, and then you go online and it's just like you get instantly killed from across the screen, and you're just like, I guess I'm affected with silence, which means I can't call my persona, but I have to remember that. Like, it's nuts.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel that rewarding. I feel that way with a lot of anime fighters. Blaze Blue a little bit. I feel like Guilty Gear's a little bit better about it, personally. But I'm bad at all of them equally. I just like certain ones better. But like here, yeah, I feel like, I learned. Which is why I've been really, really enjoying Street Fighter V, and I didn't really enjoy 4.
Yeah.
Like, I've had 4. I've had Super Street Fighter 4 and Arcade Edition. I didn't buy Ultra because I didn't have fun with 4. I was just kind of like, it's okay. Like, all right.
I have a question.
Yeah.
A little bit off topic, but just out of curiosity, what was your first fighter that you played? Like,
first fighting game? Well, because, like, Smash 64, technically. Probably.
Okay.
I didn't have a Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
I had an NES, but I didn't have any fighting games for it.
You didn't have Art of Fighting?
No.
Oh.
I had, like, 3 games for my NES. It wasn't even technically mine. It was my sister's.
I played Street Fighter 2 first, which is why I was really excited to play this again this many years later, however long ago Street Fighter 2 came out. And I had 2 versions of it. I think I had 2 and Turbo or Tournament Edition.
Turbo.
Whichever version it was that came out on there. And then, those were games I loved playing because I'd play them with my brother. And we wouldn't play competitively too much. It was really just, let's figure out the moves and just play it. And it's slow. It's not like this where it's fast. Like, it's very slow. And my favorite, you hit the guy and the frames would just slow down. Yeah. And it's just slowly watching Blanca fall to the floor. It's something about that it's very nostalgic.
You keep calling him Baraka. He is Mortal Kombat, right?
Baraka, yeah.
Okay, because you keep saying Baraka, and I was like, maybe his name is Baraka, because I don't remember.
Notice that I pulled out the real name for the podcast.
Yeah, because you keep saying it, and I'm like, the first time I was like, that's from Mortal Kombat, and then you said it again, and I was like, maybe I'm wrong, because I don't really I fucking hate Mortal Kombat. Like, it's my least favorite fighting game.
I played all those too, up until 3. I played
Kombat.
1, 2, and 3.
I hate the way it plays. I hate the way its special attacks work. Where it's like, press buttons in sequence and you'll get a special attack sometimes if the game feels like letting you.
Yeah.
I hate it. Hate it.
They're fun. Anyway, I also played Clay Fighter and Killer Instinct. Those are the other 2 fighters I played a lot.
I never played Killer Instinct.
I've never played Killer Instinct. I played that one a lot because it was a rental, and I got it a lot because it had a black cartridge. That's what I remember the most about it. I remember playing that, and Clay Fighter I played a lot for some reason. I played a bunch of the Clay Fighters, so it's like 3 of them.
Don't know.
The best one, not the best one, but my favorite titled one was Clay Fighter 63 and a third. And it came out for N64.
And it's a big piece of shit.
It was horrible, but I just remember that.
The first real fighting game that I played, and I played it in arcades before I played it at home, was Soul Calibur 2. And it's my favorite fighting game.
I would say the first real one I played, like big one, was probably Marvel versus Capcom 2.
Oh, that's a good point. I forget about, because like as a little kid, I was a real big comic book nerd.
Yeah.
Which I guess I still kind of am, but not really, not nearly as much. But like, I saw Marvel vs. Capcom and I was like, I don't know who these robot men are, but look at all these superheroes. Like, It was really cool. I was like, Venom, Venom, Venom.
I was never very good at it, but I really liked playing it for some reason. Just because there's this huge roster.
Yeah,
so every time I play,
course.
there's always something I could play different.
There's nothing like.
But you get Wolverine on a team, and you're just like, fuck yeah, and then you're horrible with them every time if you're me. But yeah, that game was cool, but I wasn't very good at it ever.
It's the ultimate like normal person trap game. Like, there's no way to not want to play Marvel versus Capcom. Like, everything about it is appealing to everybody, even if you're bad at games. Like,
it was like the Smash before Smash. Like, anyone could sit down and probably play
Except
it.
I think it came out after Smash.
Well, but like, I don't think Smash was really big until
Melee. Yeah. I mean, it's a real fighting game by Capcom.
Yeah.
All those versus games are fun. I guess that's true. I did play Marvel, but like, I think I just have a very distinct memory of playing one of the first American Soul Cal machines or two machines and beating someone as like a kid. And like, like we were both shitty, but I beat them. And I was like, I love this. I was like, the taste of blood. And then I got it for GameCube, and of course it had Link. And I was like, this is fucking cool.
You mean Yoda?
No, that's 4.
Oh.
I also played 4. 4's piece of shit. 5's actually pretty good, but it has no characters that you've ever heard of. So that's the problem with 5. Is it's just like, oh yeah, I really like Keelik, but it's this other guy who's in it. I really like Taki. There's this other girl who's her same moveset. Like, they just changed all the characters. So it's like, I'm not even. It's kind of like Street Fighter 3, where everyone was like, yeah, Street Fighter 3, all these characters, and it's like all different people that no one's ever heard of, and they're like, what? Who are these people? Yeah. So that answers that question.
Yeah. You got any more questions?
Would you recommend the game?
No. Not in its current state. Unless you're really big into fighting games.
Yeah, it's a hard game to recommend. I have cursory knowledge of fighting games. I really love them. I am really shit at them. I love them, though. I am having a lot more fun with 5 than I ever had with 4. And I started 4 at Super. So it was pretty much feature complete at that point.
Yeah.
I started 4 at Super. I am having so much more fun with 5 just because of the way that it plays. Is it finished? Fuck no, it's not finished. It's not even close to finished. However, I guess if you like Street Fighter a lot, then I recommend it. I guess? Question mark? Like, it's hard to recommend a game like this. Like, I shouldn't. Like, it's a big pile of shit that they did this.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not into fighters, you're not going to find anything here that's going to go,
no,
oh,
not at
yeah,
all.
this is what's going to finally get me into fighters.
If you're looking for, well, you know, it's weird. Like, if you have an interest in fighters, I would say
find a friend that has it and play it with them to find out if you like it. It's like,
I guess.
I wouldn't personally buy this game, and thankfully you did so that I could play it, because I would never have put the money down on a game, brand new fight game. Like, no, that's something I would never do. But playing it, I go, yeah, this is really fun, and like you get that feeling like, oh, I want to get better, and you know, it's something I would buy it and play it. But
I think that this is a really, really, really good iteration of Street Fighter for beginners.
Yeah,
like, they made a lot of considerations for people who aren't good at fighting games, but it doesn't feel like they've made it any less, like, technically sound.
The only issue I have, I think, is the tutorial. I feel like the tutorial is really lacking.
Oh, yeah.
Like, super missing critical, like, concepts on how to play a fighting game of this caliber.
Since Skullgirls, there is no excuse for a tutorial not to be as in-depth as Skullgirls.
Yeah. Skullgirls
literally teaches you fighting game things. It teaches you how to go into combat, like how you should do it. Like, you shouldn't just do them.
Like, playing this makes me want to go back and play Skullgirls, just a tutorial.
Yeah, just to learn about fighting games
and play Dive Kick a little bit. Like, play other fighting games just to feel like I understand how to play them.
I don't know if Dive Kick's gonna help you.
I just want to play Dive Kick.
Okay,
with a fight stick. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, play these other games to kind of get ideas, and then go into this like, oh, I get it. Like, because I'm coming off of Smash Brothers, where you flick a stick and you're gonna do like 100 different moves. Like, it's not a big deal. But here you need to know combos. You need to know the differences of levels of like gameplay, like in the air and ground and lower, like dodges, like everything. There's all these mechanics that like really don't feel like the very first thing in the tutorial is run forward. Well, what does that have to do with anything? Like,
well, I
it's
mean,
very
Skullgirls is that too.
That's fine. And then like the next one's hold back. Okay, but like then you get to like punch a person. All right, now you're done with the tutorial. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
like. There's so much more I need to know. Like
like I said, there's no excuse for having a fighting game that's come out after Skullgirls to not have a tutorial that's as good as Skullgirls tutorial.
Yeah,
there's no excuse. But at the same time, like if you're willing to sit down and like learn it, I don't know. I don't even know how you would learn it on your own. It's a very, very weird game for me to recommend. Like, how about I refuse to recommend or not recommend it? I will tell you that super, super unfinished game. No story mode. No challenge mode right now.
Yeah.
2-player lobbies. All of that sounds like shit. I'm having more fun with it than 4. I feel like I know it as a fighting game better than I ever knew 4, which I went through 2 iterations of.
I think if you know what you're buying, you know what you're getting.
Yes.
It's fine. Like if you understand that you're getting a half a game here, if you know you're getting a half a game, you're going to be all right. You know, eventually they're going to release everything. Or they might not. They really have no obligation. They already have your money. They can release anything they want.
Well, I mean, Capcom stocks are the obligation.
But it's like...
They'll just go under if...
Yeah, but they don't have to, like, update it in a reasonable amount of time. They could do, we're going to get, No. They don't have to have arcade mode that they said they were going to do.
I don't even give a shit about arcade mode. Might as well just have survival. Oh, there's survival mode. It's pointless. You just throw somebody 50 times and then... You fight the last person vaguely.
Yeah.
As they read all of your inputs and you go, fuck you.
Yeah.
It's great.
Good game. Yeah. I mean, I'm having fun with it. You know, I'm at the end of the day and I go, I want to go home and play Street Fighter, which is something I don't normally feel with games like Dragon's Dogma.
I think it's legitimately like, it's good for beginners. Like, there's something about it that clicks way more than 4 ever did with its revenge meter.
Yeah.
Like V skills and V triggers feel really good. I think
the only thing I wish it had was an overlay for combos in the tutorial or in the training room.
They do.
Does it work? Because it wasn't working for me when I...
Wait, oh, you mean like where you can just press the button and the combos come up? Is that what you mean?
I want to see combos. Like I want to be able to select. I want to be like I can't. You have to go in the menu. I like to see them. So I can match up my combos with them. Like, I wish I could select a combo and it's just at the top as I try and input them. I don't know. I was trying to, and I was like, man, this isn't working. I'd go in and go, oh, it's medium, high, medium, not medium, high, medium. I don't know why I said
that. What you're supposed to do is, that's in challenge mode.
Oh, I don't think I use challenge mode.
That's because it doesn't exist yet.
Oh.
But challenge mode is, here are all your combos, do them.
Yeah. Like, that would be nice to sit there and practice and practice and practice on them.
Yeah, like I mean that's what they're there for. They're there for you to learn your special attacks and like your bread and butter combos. Like that's the whole point of challenge mode.
Because I feel like I was doing the inputs correctly and I was watching the inputs go in and they just weren't doing the combo I was asking it to do.
Yeah, challenge mode is it'll go do this EX this blah blah blah, and it'll have the string of things that you need to do.
Yeah,
and then you have to do them in the order. And then you vaguely learn them, but that's the whole point.
Like what's CA stand for?
CA?
Yeah, when you have a full meter.
Critical art.
Critical art.
Oh wow, I didn't even. Yeah, critical art. That's what the finishing moves are called.
Yeah. So when you are doing the tutorial for some reason, if you try to do a critical art, if your opponent's not a CPU, it doesn't seem to come off.
What?
I tried. I could never get it to work, and as soon as I put it on CPU, it would just work. And I was doing it exactly right. I was watching the button inputs and everything. It was very weird.
I don't think that's a thing because I've done them.
I was never able to do it on a dummy every time. But as soon as I switched it and I did it first try, it would work.
I don't know.
It seemed really
weird. I have not had that issue. I've done Kareen's quarter her quarter circle forward to cancel into critical art, like on the dummy. I've done just her critical art on like. I don't think that's a thing. I think
I don't know what would be the difference for me, but it just seemed really strange that wouldn't work with a dummy, and then immediately it would work no problem on the CPU.
I wouldn't hold that against the game. It doesn't seem like anything.
I'm not holding it against the game.
Okay.
More so than I've already, hate the game. Which is none. I don't really hate it. It's just not a game that I would play normally.
It's a hard to hate game even though it's not finished.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's our review.
I'd really like story mode because I like dumb story.
I don't even care about I just want more characters. That's it. I just want to play with more characters, play with how they play. I'd like some more costumes just to fuck around with. I like costumes. I like customizing my person.
Yeah.
But that's really it. Like, I don't know. I don't feel bad about buying it. I really like it.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I can't recommend it. I can't not recommend it. So
it's in a weird place.
Yeah.
Look back at it in March.
June.
And then June. And see how it's progressed in those months.
Yep. I agree.
If in March it has the things you're starting to like, because they said they were going to do an update for March, like a substantial
They're doing
one.
Updates every single month.
Yeah.
So it's like March is a big It's challenge modes being added, 8-player lobbies are being added, Alex is being added, all that stuff is being added all at once. So it's like costumes are being added, the whole store is being added. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Just seems.
But
nuts.
if by June there's nothing there that you're interested in, maybe not be the game for you.
Yeah, because June is the big story mode one, or July. I don't remember which one. One of the two J months is when the story mode's being added.
I think it's June.
Join us next week where we cheat and play Super Hot, which is I think 2 hours long.
Which is a shame. I really wanted a longer game out of it.
No, you didn't.
I mean, I do.
I play it twice.
Boring.
4 hours now. I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see. I guess I've only seen a little bit of it, and I went. It's got that. I'm gonna give you a preview of what it looks like based on gameplay. You don't like Hitman games. Never mind. Pretend I said nothing. I was gonna talk about Blood Money, but I could talk about Blood Money forever.
Yeah, it would have been lost on me because I've never played a Hitman game.
I know, which is why it's gonna be on our calendar at one point.
Yep, it's not on there yet. Thankfully.
No, not yet. But Blood Money will be on their calendar.
And that means I have time to fill it in with a bunch of other really fun games that aren't Hitman.
Blood Money's so good. Okay. Good night, I guess.
Good night.